to avoid probate, insider tips and strategies. So probate is not a four-letter word, but a lot of people think about probate that way. I can tell you that if there is no need for a probate, of course you should avoid it. If there's no benefit for a probate, avoid probate. Well, first of all, what is probate? Probate is that legal process where an original will is filed with the Superior Court of the county, and the court looks at the will and says, that's a valid will, issues an order, gives the personal representative or the executor, that means the same thing, letters testamentary so that they can go administer the estate. And yes, probate takes time and it costs money in legal fees. So probate is something that is not necessarily welcome by a lot of people doing estate planning. And it depends on where you live too. Do you live in California? Then you're not going to want a probate. California's rules are way different. I'm talking to folks in Washington State here. Our probate process is simplified. There's no court or intervention. If the estate is solvent, the court has very little to do with it. We don't have to file sensitive information, such as the actual inventory, unless it's requested. I mean, it is not a complex court monitored process for the most part. But you're dealing with a lawyer, that means you're paying legal fees. Legal fees are not inexpensive. So probate is something that if you can avoid it, if there's no benefit, of course you're going to want to avoid it. How do you avoid it? There's a few well-known ways. One is having a revocable living trust. That avoids a probate if it was done correctly. There's upsides and there's downsides to revocable living trusts. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it might be a good planning tool for you. What's another way to avoid probate? Depends on what your estate looks like. Maybe it's what we call a simple estate. You own a home, you have investment properties, retirement assets, and the like. And your family situation is not complicated. Let's say, you want all your assets to go to your favorite nephew, for example. We would prepare a transfer on death deed on your house. Make sure pay on death and beneficiary designations are on all your liquid assets so that they all pay to the nephew like you want. And of course, we're going to have a will to back up everything because we need to have that in case something fell through and didn't pay on death. But assuming it was done correctly and everything says pay on death or transfer on death, on that, the death of the, in this case, everything is going to pay to the nephew without probate, without a trust. All that's needed is the death certificate, and it's a very simple process. It might not even need a lawyer to assist you through it. That was the intention of it. Of course, your lawyer should be there to consult with you and give you guidance, but you might be able to do it all on your own. So there are ways to avoid probate. I would be remiss if I didn't say that sometimes probate is the way to save 50% to 100% of a couple's estate. So that's something to learn more about.